Hi, I'm Tara Schroeder. I'm the Education Coordinator for Green Mountain Conservation Group. And today, as part of our Earth Day series for our virtual Earth Day celebration, I'm going to show you how to make your own natural deodorant. Believe it or not, it's actually a lot cheaper than what you would buy in a store, and it's a lot healthier for you. And the great other fringe benefit of it is that you can upcycle one of these containers, deodorant containers, and make your own deodorant that works really great. It's really cheap, smells awesome, and yeah, feel free to share this with others. So the way that we're going to make it today is by using a few simple ingredients, and you can buy these in bulk. Great thing to do. Baking soda, arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder is not at every grocery store, but you can find it at some other stores locally, like Christmas tree shops and stuff. And then coconut oil. And then you want to, and you can even reuse this coconut oil container for your deodorant if you want. And then you want to add your own scent if you want. You can have it unscented, or if you want a scent to it, you can add an essential oil, just a little bit of whatever, is pleasing to you. I tend to use geranium or lavender are good ones to use. You can use anything from jasmine to vanilla, lemongrass, whatever works for you. So you're going to start out with a little pot, and you're going to add to it your coconut oil, about 4 to 6 tablespoons, and melt that on a low heat. And as I stir here, I just want to share some information about plastics for our Less Plastic initiative and the whole theme of our Earth Day celebration this year. We're really trying to get people to rethink what they buy for plastics and think about the impacts of those plastics. They're not cheap in the long run, even though you're led to believe that they are and that they're recycled. Only less than 10% of all of the plastics that we use are actually recycled these days. Since about 2018, China stopped taking our plastics, and so many towns and communities have been left scratching their heads, kind of trying to figure out where to send their plastics and how to pay the extra costs that are associated with hauling those plastics away and keeping them out of landfills. So it's getting more expensive. It's getting to be a real problem in our country. So one of the ways to deal with it is to upcycle what we have, like these deodorant containers, or stop buying it, refuse to use it. Reduce what you buy that's plastic, because there are only a few types of plastic. Even though, those containers have a recycling symbol on the bottom, doesn't mean that they're recycled. All right, back to our natural deodorant. What you're going to do is you're going to add some arrowroot powder, and about 3/4 cup is what you want to add. And basically, just stir this in, and we're looking for it to be the right consistency, so kind of like a paste, a spreadable paste, and slowly add that. Continue to add it. A lot of the ingredients in deodorant that are out there are not so great for you. I first learned about this years ago, and it made me look into how to make or find natural deodorant. Some of that natural deodorant out there is not cheap, so I much rather make my own, a lot cheaper. All right, so it's thickening right up. So in your over-the-counter deodorant that you might buy at the drugstore or the grocery store, there's some ingredients in it that are particularly concerning. Your skin is your largest organ, and you're absorbing any chemicals that you put on it into your body, essentially. So it's really important that you pay attention to what you put on your body. A deodorant that you buy at the store can have things like aluminum in it to stop you from perspiring. It's all actually linked to a number of different health issues like seizures, breast cancer, Alzheimer's, bone formation disorders, kidney problems, all kinds of things. And that's just one of the ingredients. There are other ones like parabens, propylene glycol, phthalates, fragrance that can mimic your endocrine system, mimic your hormones, give you, you know, issues related to that. So they can throw off your body's hormonal balance, cause the early onset of puberty, increase your risk of hormonal cancers, all kinds of things. So I think this is a safer alternative. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get the right consistency for the deodorant. You don't want it too hard. You don't want it too soft. So I'm adding a little baking soda and I'm adding a little arrowroot powder to kind of thicken it up and give it that pasty consistency. And once I think it's, you can see it's kind of globbing together. Once I think it's right close to where it's gotta be, I'm gonna add my scent. So you don't want to add this when it's too hot because it'll just evaporate. So just add it as it cools down a little bit. Just a few drops. Maybe about 10 for this recipe. And we'll post the recipe on the video as well. It smells pretty nice. Just gonna add a little bit more arrowroot powder to thicken it. And when you're ready to put it in your container, you can upcycle a mason jar, you can upcycle a deodorant container, something else that's plastic, maybe the container that your coconut oil came in. The cool thing about the deodorant containers is that you have the dial on the bottom and you can use it just like you normally would as you work your way through. So this will make a few sticks for this recipe. So it's still pretty soft. It'll harden up. You can keep it in the fridge, which makes it nice and cool when you apply. And keep it from getting too melty in the summertime. And once you have it all packed in, you just seal it off. And you're done. Now, if you're completely trying to eliminate plastic from your life, like I said, mason jar, or I've even heard of people using paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls, and you just kind of close up one end like this and stick your deodorant in. And again, you can keep this in the fridge. And you can just kind of peel away the cardboard as you go. So if you have it in a mason jar or in this, obviously, you might just apply with your fingers or something like that. And it's totally fine, totally safe, a lot safer than what they sell in the store, and a great way to upcycle your deodorant containers and reuse them. Thanks for watching.